Hey guys, what's going on? Today I'm going to be breaking down AUD JPY, the Aussie yen. So randomly I just thought about this pair. I saw it mentioned in FX Street just as I was looking for my Aussie dollar fundamentals and just news stuff. I saw the Australian yen, and I was like, oh okay, I just want to have a look at this chart because I just felt like it. So as I was in bed just chilling, I pulled out the chart and it looked pretty nice. Something about it was, I don't know, it was very clean. So I decided to pull up a fresh blank chart, and I'm actually going to do a live breakdown on this chart right now and possibly look for some opportunities because it did look very appealing to me when I just had it open in on the monthly time frame. So yeah, let's get into it. Alright, so we got the monthly up. And I got two moving averages. I have the 7 moving average in the green and the 20 moving average in the red. I'm going to take off the red because I don't usually use it too much. It's sort of more, it's like a confluence. Anyways, this is the plain chart and it does look really nice. First of all, I'm going to do what I usually do, plot out my major zones. So I reckon here, 104 looks like one. I'll put these on roughly and then correct them in a sec. Go down to the bottom one. I'd say, what's that? 60 is another major zone. And I see two more roughly. What's that? Probably 88? Something like, yeah, 88 looks like one. Now again, I just do these roughly. And what's that? 72. Now, I think that looks fair. I got the highest resistance pretty much, since I see this as just a close above instantly close below, that's essentially just a wick up. So yeah, strong resistance up here, and the support for this seems pretty fair too. Got a couple wicks down here, multiple rejections, a strong break through this area, and once it did break it as a resistance, strong movement, treated it as support. Yeah, you see the pattern, so that's nice. I'm gonna go ahead and just tidy these up because I do like my charts to be very nice and clean, so to the dot if I can. Now I'm just gonna add these little zones around. What this zone tells me is it's a zone of support or resistance. Now I have it saved as a template and I usually treat different colored boxes as different things. So for this case, I'm treating it as, it's a support or resistance. In the Aussie dollar, I was using red, I believe, for the major ones, but yeah. So for the major ones, I was using red, and then for the more minor ones, I am using this orange color. So actually, I might stick to the same color theme because it's more familiar to me, and I won't have to think as much for it. Now, the reason why I use these boxes is because support and resistance is not one specific number, it's just a small range within. So for example, that's why, price wicked down here and price wicked here. See how they're not wicking in the exact same spot. It's always generally in that area, and you will see that more clearly in a smaller time frame. But for now, I have my major levels zoned up. So let's have a look. This is what appealed to me. Price was clearly in this range here. So there's 1, 2, 3. There's there's these thirds. I'm going to refer to it as the first, second, and third. So in the first third here, yeah, price was respecting it. When it broke through, we saw a continuation all the way through the second third over to the third third, which then it did respect its zone around here. That will probably be easier to see on a smaller time frame, but anyways, it did break back above here. It started wicking to the upside, so it was now stuck in the second third, wicking to the upside and the downside, creating essentially what ended up becoming a long-term support and resistance. The wicks here created the support, here created the resistance. Price came back above here after the second third has been established, and it still respected the first third's boundaries. When it did break down, we saw here a clear break and a retest. There was no break or retest here, no break or retest here. Okay, so this is the more, we'll see that in the smaller time frames, but here we have a long, a monthly break and retest. And then when it was in the second third, it was respecting the boundaries of the second third also, moving in sort of what looked like it was an uptrend, but for me this just looks like a long-term retracement. So impulsive move down, small retracement up, and then back down into the bottom of the third. Now I would not be surprised if this is actually a Fibonacci zone. So we'll go from here to here. Yeah, boom, look at that, wicking right into the golden zone here. So that just, I don't know, that stuff makes me excited when I see that, because it's really nice to know that price really respects its boundaries. Yeah, so after that broke down, then it also respected this area, sort of solidifying the support for the third. So yeah, from the bottom of the third, price did push up, broke into the second third. There's a break and a retest here. I can already see that there's a, higher highs being created. So this was a last high, created a low, now made a higher high, lower low, and it looks like price is about to set a new higher high. So we'll see if price comes back down to create a lower low, hopefully rejecting either this moving average or this one. That's sort of what I'll use this 20 moving average for. But anyways, yeah, we can see why like this is a nice pair. So I'm going to go into the smaller time frames now. Monthly is very similar to week for me. I usually don't check them separately. So I'm just going to skip into day. So on the daily, what can we see here? Price is riding the moving average up on its way. It looks like it's starting to slightly fall down here. So I'll just draw a little trend there. That could be like a little flag being created before price pushes up. I don't see any minor support. I mean, maybe something here. Maybe something here. There's like a minor support or like level which price is respecting. We'll see. At the moment, I feel like I'll see what it does, yeah, in this area. If it breaks above or if it comes down to test here and shoot back up or break below. Could do anything. So I'll have to have a look at that. But yeah, the daily, like, there's nothing too crazy which stands out to me. Like, there's a nice break and retest here. We did see a break and slight retest. Like, what's this? At the 0.382? I don't think it quite reaches it. Okay, no, it did. Yeah, 0.382. At the moment, what I'm doing is I'm just trying to see how price reacts to these significant levels. Like, how does it like to break through? Does it break through using a Fibonacci retracement? Does it break through? Does it like retest? Does it skip through? So I'm going to say this is from here. Okay, so it touched the 6.18. The 0.618, sorry. Okay, there's some rejections here. No breaks. Still just rejections. Stuck in consolidation. Looks like we had a fake out here. We had price creating a higher high. Came down, but this is a bit of a choppy area. I don't really like this, but we'll see how it broke through here. So we had the push from here. Boom. Yeah, I'd say that. I'd count that as a touch into the 0.5. As you see, shot down to this 0.82. I don't usually use the Fibonacci areas for take profit, but sometimes it lines up. I'm just trying to understand how this pair likes to move. This is how I break down the, like when I want to analyze a pair. Let's fake out. This is how I usually do it. So okay, here with a break and a retest into the moving average instead of the, I mean, it was pretty close to the 0.8 to the 8.8, but yeah, it retested the moving average. Now these are all things which I just mentally keep in my head because they're very important to know. And I like to try and solidify my knowledge. This is, for me, the nature of the pair. And when I go through this sort of stuff, it just helps me understand how the pair moves. So let's see here. We have, we have a high, low, higher high, lower high. Okay, so that there looks like a head and shoulders. It's making its way down. That makes sense. Head and shoulders created on a significant level. We had price break to the downside. Let's see how this moving average. Okay, so that I don't really like how the green was above the red because that's like saying like it's an uptrend. But once price closed sort of below it, yeah, this area was significant to keep in mind, to be very careful around. Now same here. I mean, this is reverse head and shoulders. Is it the same thing? I don't usually use patterns very much, but sometimes it's kind of easy to spot them. Like, we have this. Oh, sorry. It's like an M shape. Then it turned into sort of like a triangle and went down. Like, yeah, it's not hard to sort of pick out what sort of happens here. Like, you know, we have obvious higher highs, higher lows, rejections into the key area. We have a double bottom here, pushing price right back up to the top of the channel. Like, it's all smooth and it looks very nice. So let's head to like a more recent time and head into some smaller time frames. So here we have the 2 hour. We're back to this little part that we draw earlier. Now, seeing as how the pair likes to move, it goes from like, yeah, level to level. We just broke it into the second third. We did have our retest. Price is making its way up. So I can expect price to be making its way up to the top of the channel. So if I can place a few buys around here, trying to find, you know, where price doesn't... If I can find like a solid resistance, which I'm thinking it could be this, or it could be something lower, then I could probably enter buys and just take it up to the top. Like, I think something risky would be like here. If I can catch the break out of this channel, catch it when it breaks that level, send price up to the top, 0.88. Yeah, we can have a solid trade here like this, but I do want to be careful in these channels because this is the areas which catch me out usually. So I don't want to be too early, I don't want to be too late here. I just want to see how price is playing out, because for all we know, I mean, this is how I'm choosing to view this part of the chart. I could easily just delete these two and I could see it as something completely different. Like, I could probably create a triangle, you know, boom, I can just create that, this, you know, I can create this sort of pattern in mind. So it can be like, if it breaks to the bottom of the triangle to the top of the triangle, I can find other things. So if we go into, yeah, like fib zones even, this is like making its way up. So I would say this is impulsive and retracements. So impulsive, boom, touch this corner, this support and the 0.5. We should be able to see a push to the upside, but currently we're seeing strong wicks to this current resistance. So I don't know, it could be anything at this point, so I'm just going to wait and see what price does. I am going to keep my eye out on this triangle area and just, yeah, see how price likes to move. I probably will chuck this flag back in though, because it is sort of nice to see from both perspectives what price is respecting more. And yeah, I mean, besides that's my breakdown of AUD JPY. I honestly do feel like this is a pair that I possibly could be trading in the future. It looks really nice, it looks smooth, and it seems to work with my trading style. I mean, it looks like it's more slow and really chill, and that fits exactly my trading style. That's how I like the slow, nice movements. I don't like the volatile movements of, you know, catching big moves in a short amount of time. I like to ride things out, and it's a lot nicer. I really like recently, if you've been watching my forecast and reviews, my FTMO Let's Go stuff, you'll realize that I do like, you'll realize that recently I've been doubling in, tripling in on trades, just scaling in. I really like that, and this definitely looks like a pair that I could maximize that sort of skill set on and practice more on. So, yeah. So, that's it for AUD JPY. The breakdown of that pair. Really nice pair. I'm gonna actually keep this on my watch list because I really do want to see what happens with this pair. I'm very curious about it, and yeah, it looks like a fun pair to trade overall. But for now, I want to be still trading AUD USD, the Aussie dollar, because this is the pair that I have come to enjoy the most and the pair which I am the most familiar with. So I'm gonna keep my eyes out for opportunities on AUD JPY. If I end up trading it, you will see it on my Aussie dollar weekly forecast and review, and you'll see it on FTMO Let's Go. Anyways, that's it for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll catch you in the next one.